At 28, he didn't want to die. He just didn't want to live like this anymore. He wasn't crying in the streets. He wasn't screaming for help. He was quiet. He smiled at work. He said, "I'm good" to friends. Then he went home and stared at the ceiling like it was a prison. Bills, regret, a phone full of distractions,
A brain full of shame.
He told himself, "This is my life now." Then one night, something happened. Not a miracle, not magic, just one moment that hit him so hard. It made him wake up. You will hear 3 turning points, 3 moments that changed his direction. I will also break down the psychology, why people give up without noticing, why motivation doesn't work, and why a simple system beats willpower. At the end, you will get a comeback plan, a 90-day reset you can start today. If you feel stuck, if you feel behind, if you feel like life passed you, stay with me. Chapter 1, The Quiet Collapse, Turning Point. Number 1, his name was Daniel. Daniel wasn't lazy in the normal way. He was tired in a deeper way. In his early 20s, he was ambitious. He had goals. He had energy. He thought he would build something big, but life didn't follow the plan. He tried college. He switched majors. He dropped out. He tried jobs. He got fired once. He quit twice. Not because he was weak, because he felt lost. And when you feel lost, every choice feels risky, so you stop choosing. Daniel started living in maybe. Maybe I'll start next week. Maybe I'll apply tomorrow. Maybe I'll change when I feel ready. He didn't waste time with one big mistake. He wasted time with small escapes. He slept late. He ate fast food. He scrolled until his eyes hurt. He watched other people win online. New cars, new bodies, new relationships, and he compared his real life to their highlights. Every day he felt smaller. His friends moved forward. One friend got a promotion. Another got married. Another moved to a new city. Daniel clapped for them. He smiled. Then he went home and felt empty. He told himself, "My turn is coming." But he wasn't building his turn. He was waiting for it. Years passed. Daniel turned 28. He had a job, but it didn't feel like a life. It felt like survival. He wasn't proud. He was just breathing. Then came turning point 1. It was a family gathering. Food on the table. People laughing. Small talk. Someone asked Daniel the question he hated. "So, what's next for you?" Daniel did what he always did. He joked. He dodged. He smiled. "I'm figuring things out." The room nodded politely. Then his little niece ran up to him with a drawing. It was a stick figure family. Mom, Dad, her, and one extra stick figure. "Daniel." She pointed and said, "This is you. You're always tired." Everyone laughed. It was a cute moment. But Daniel didn't laugh, because it was true. That night, he went home and sat on his bed. He didn't feel angry. He felt exposed, like even kids could see it. He whispered to himself, "Is this all I'm going to be?" And for the first time, he didn't have an answer. Chapter 2, The Night He Finally Broke. Turning point number 2. After that, Daniel tried to change fast. He watched motivational videos. He wrote big goals in a notebook. He promised himself a new life. For 3 days, he woke up early. For 1 week, he hit the gym. For 2 weeks, he applied to jobs. Then it faded. Because motivation is a mood. And moods don't show up every morning. Daniel fell back into the same cycle.
He works.
Scroll, sleep. The weeks blurred together. Then came the night. It was a random Tuesday. Daniel came home exhausted. He sat on the couch. He opened his phone and started scrolling. Minutes became hours. He wasn't even enjoying it. He was just numbing himself. Then he got a notification. A photo from years ago. A memory. It was him at 20, standing with friends, smiling, confident. His eyes looked alive. Daniel stared at it, and something inside him cracked. He looked around his apartment. Dirty dishes, unopened mail, clothes on the floor, and he said out loud, very softly, "I gave up." He didn't mean that he wanted to end everything. He meant he stopped trying. He stopped believing. He stopped expecting anything good from himself. And that realization hurt more than failure. Because failure means you tried. Giving up means you didn't. Daniel felt his chest tighten. He sat there and let the truth hit him. He thought of everything he wanted to be. Then he counted the years. 8 years of drift. 8 years of later. 8 years of avoidance. He whispered, "I'm 28. What am I doing?" That was turning point 2. Not because he felt sad. Because he stopped lying. That night, Daniel did something he never did before. He opened a notebook and wrote, "Why am I stuck?" Not excuses, reasons, and he wrote the ugly truth. I avoid discomfort. I chase quick pleasure. I fear looking stupid. I fear failing in public. I don't trust myself anymore. I keep promises to everyone except me. He stared at the list. It hurt, but it was clean because clarity is painful and clarity is power. Then he wrote one more sentence. The sentence that changed everything. If I keep living like this, nothing will change. He sat in silence, and he made a small decision, not a life decision, a next step decision. He said, tomorrow I start acting like a man who wants to live. Chapter 3, the one decision that saved him. Turning point number 3. The next morning, Daniel didn't feel motivated. He still felt heavy, but he remembered his sentence. So he did one thing. He got up anyway. He didn't try to fix his life in one day. He tried to keep one promise. That's it. He went outside for a walk. No phone, no music, just him and the truth. He watched people going to work, students with backpacks, a runner passing him. Everyone looked like they were going somewhere. Daniel felt behind. Then he remembered a line he once heard, direction matters more than speed. So he stopped chasing speed. He stopped trying to catch up. Because catching up is panic. Building is patience. That became turning points 3. That night, Daniel created a plan called the 90-day restart, not a new life plan, a training plan. He wrote 3 rules. 1, wake up at the same time every day. 2, work on one skill for 1 hour daily. 3, take one opportunity action every day. Opportunity action meant one of these: apply, send an email, build a portfolio piece, post your work, reach out to someone. One action, every day, no debate. Then he picked one skill. He didn't pick what was cool. He picked what was useful. He chose video editing. Because it was learnable, because it had demand, because he could practice at home. Day 1 was hard. His brain begged for comfort. Just rest. Just scroll. Start tomorrow. Daniel didn't fight his brain. He just followed the rule. 1 hour, then stop. Day 2, he did it again. Day 7, he wanted to quit. He did it anyway. Week 2 felt boring. That's normal, because your old life fights back when you change. Week 3 felt lighter. Then something important happened. Daniel started trusting himself, not because he felt confident, because he was consistent. Confidence is not something you find, it's something you earn. And you earn it by keeping small promises. After 30 days, he wasn't a new man, but he had structure. His sleep improved. His head felt clearer. He wasn't proud yet, but he was moving. Then he got his first proof. A small creator replied to his message. They needed help editing short videos. Low pay, basic work. Old Daniel would have said, not worth it. New Daniel said, this is a door. He took the job. He worked fast. He improved every week. He studied better edits. He asked for feedback. Within 2 months, the creator referred him to someone else. Then another. Daniel's income grew slowly, but something bigger grew faster. His identity. He stopped seeing himself as a guy who gave up. He started seeing himself as a guy who builds. And that changed everything. Why people give up without noticing? Daniel didn't give up in one dramatic moment. He gave up slowly, and most people do the same. Here are 3 reasons. 1, comfort becomes a cage. Comfort feels safe, but comfort also makes you weak. It teaches your brain avoid pain at all costs. Then growth feels dangerous, so you stay small. 2, shame kills action. Shame makes you hide. You don't start because you fear looking bad. You don't apply because you fear rejection. You don't post your work because you fear judgment. So you wait, and waiting becomes years. 3, motivation is not reliable. Motivation is a spark. But a spark can't cook your food every day. You need a system, rules, habits, structure. Daniel didn't win because he felt inspired. He won because he removed the daily debate. The 90-day restart plan, start today. If you feel like you gave up, use this plan. Step 1, tell the truth on paper. Write, what am I wasting time on? What am I avoiding? What pain am I running from? What do I keep lying about? Be honest. This is not for Instagram. This is for your life. Step 2, pick one skill for 90 days, one skill only. Examples, video editing, sales, coding, writing, digital marketing. Pick one. Commit for 90 days, not forever. Just 9. Step 3, create 3 daily rules. Keep them small and clear. 1, same wake-up time. 2, 1 hour skill work. 3, One opportunity action daily, small enough to do, strong enough to change you. Step 4. Track your days. Use a calendar. Mark an X every day you follow the rules. Do not break the chain. If you miss one day, don't quit. Return the next day. That's discipline. Step 5. Accept being a beginner. You will feel slow. You will look awkward. That is normal. Beginners win by staying longer than others. Step 6. Fix your environment. Your environment is your coach. Phone away from bed. Apps limited. Workspace clean. Make the right action easier. Make the wrong action harder. Step 7. One action today. Tonight, write your 3 rules. Then do the first step right now. Set an alarm. Prepare your morning. One small move. Daniel gave up at 28, but he didn't give up forever. And that is the lesson. You don't need a perfect past. You need a strong next step. You can't change the last 8 years, but you can change the next 90 days. And 90 days can change your confidence, your skill, your income, your identity. The future doesn't care how late you start. It cares how consistent you become. Say this out loud. I'm not finished. I'm rebuilding. Then take one small step today. If this story helped you, subscribe. This channel shares movie-style comeback stories with real steps, real systems, real change. And comment one phrase below, 90 days, so you commit to your restart today.